Hello, Taurus. I am Ulrich. I am a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the month of August for the sign of Taurus. On the table here, you see 9 cards, and these are the cards that we will be using for this reading. You can also see 4 objects here on the table, meaning we will do 4 card readings for each astrological sign, and this video here is for the sign of Taurus. So you can find all 4 videos for the sign of Taurus on my channel for the month of August 2021. Now, from these 4 objects, you pick or you choose one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. Of course, you can watch all 4 videos related to the Taurus sign, and after you watched all 4 videos, you can then decide what symbol or object is fitting best your personal card reading. The matches here represent the fire sign, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Taurus, here we go for your card reading for the month of August. Hello Taurus, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for the month of August 2021. In the corner here, it's the first card, we see the tree. The tree is about stability, growth, slowly improving. So this is a positive card for growth. The growth is, however, slow. As last card here, we see the whip. The whip is a more intrusive card. It's a card of energy, but we will see how it relates here in the whole lane. So as we said here, the tree, and we have it together with the rider. So it's possible we get some news regarding our health. This is possible. It's possible also for the moment we experience some problems with our lungs, or we have some health issues. This is possible in a way, or we are recovering from this. In another way, this means that a visitor from the past, he will return to us. So somebody we know out of from the past will come back to us. It's possible also, if you had health issues before, that you are still in connection, or you are connected to kind of a healer, maybe a doctor. This is possible also if you had some health issues. In another way, this could mean that if we are expecting some documents to come to us, or some facts, that we are relating the facts, we make an analyze, or we make a deduction of it, and we see where it's leading us, because we need to do something with it that goes to the public. But we will go later into that, because the garden is something that happens in public. Maybe we need to make a deduction or an analyze of something, and we need to bring this information into the public. It's possible that this information is related. If the health problems are not on you, it's possible that these issues or this analyze that you make is related to the public health. This is possible here also. It's possible also for the moment, for some reason, you are less mobile, or you have less possibilities to be mobile. This is possible here also, that you have difficulties to displace yourself between several points. There's a lot of moving here though, and the moving is related to the public. If you are a public health worker, you are probably connected to the current situation that has to do with the general health of the people. And you know what I'm going to say here, related to viruses that are among us now. Then we have the rider and the garden in itself. This actually means that we get invited by the public. We get invited. Some people invite us to go somewhere. If not so, and you have mobile problems, as we saw earlier, it's like you even though it's difficult for you to move yourself, to go to a certain place, you will push yourself towards it, because this card can help us. It's the card that points to action. So it's, if we need to go where, we will push ourselves to go there. Also, we will, if we are related to certain health situations, we will be very critical. We will be careful. We will be critical about this whole situation. It's possible also, I said already, maybe there's some back problems. We feel a little bit because the tree is stiff. Maybe we feel a little bit stiff in our body for moving around for the moment. Maybe we done something and we feel some health issue and we feel a little bit stiff for the moment. In another way is that on the personal field, this could mean that this person is sharing information about the public. He's like announcing something. This is possible also. He might be announcing something that is related to health. It's like a form of journalism here, but I'm assuming it's related to the health issues here. The information spreading goes fast, because the faster the rider is a fast card. And also, if we have something to say, we don't keep it to ourselves. We put it in public. We put it in public because this is a public card, and we announce what we announce our criticism. This is what is happening here also. Then we come in the second horizontal line. We see the stars, the house, and the mountain. The stars point to a general yes. Wishes are fulfilled. Things are going easy. This is a general yes card. So if we have hopes or wishes on a moving or on a new house, we have aspirations for going somewhere in a house, in general, these wishes will be fulfilled. It's possible also that your relatives in the place where you are living, they are quite known or even famous. It's possible also that you are the member of a famous family. So this would be obvious that your family is well known. In another case, it would be that you are wishing for your own home, your own place. Maybe you have found something, and for you, it's a dream house. You really want to go there. For you, it's a dream. Maybe for others, it's not, but for you, it is. It might be that the house is in a quiet area because the mountain is quiet. It might be that the house is more in like a solitude. I don't say things are missing there, everything will be there, but like the house is a little bit on its own. It's not directly connected to other houses, or it's not in a community. But for you, it's something that you have been searching for, and it's something that you want. In another case, it could mean also that you, maybe that's the reason why, you value your privacy very high. And maybe you don't feel so comfortable in living in a big community, and you like to live more on your own. It gives you a kind of rest, a kind of quietness. Maybe also you like to be in the quiet, in the nature environment. Maybe you like to live in areas like that. It also might make us a more traditional person here. We are thinking, we're communicating with our with our family members. This is also the case here. But I think this house will be really what you are looking for, even though it's in a remote area. It's possible, I need to mention this also, that you find this house, if you're not living in abroad, that you find this house in a remote area, or you find it on the internet, because the mountain can represent the internet. If you have no plans for moving in abroad, I don't think you have so, but I think this house, you can find it on the internet, or maybe by some accident, you see some announcement in some corner, and it comes to you and you find it. It's like you find it in a different place, but in general, this means you find it on the internet. Then we come here, the house and the mountain itself, as I said here. Maybe also the house in itself, it's not so easy to reach. That is possible also. It's like uphill. It goes uphill for reaching it. On the familiar front, it's possible that with our family, we are, or members of our family are facing some challenge. Maybe we not ourselves, but in the family, there's something going on. Maybe some of our family members are facing some challenge in their life. They have some hurdles. It's possible that this happens here. Maybe one of our family members also is quite stubborn. There's a stubborn person here, here involved. This is possible also. In the whole family, there might be like a kind of strictness, but it doesn't mean you are unhappy, but there's a strictness. Follow the rules. This is what is happening here. I think if you move to this house, you will feel very comfortable there. It will be a comfort zone for you. You will feel happy there, maybe because it's so quiet there. Then we have in the horizontal line here, we have the clouds, the coffin, excuse me, and the whip. If we are in difficulties in our life, it means that a certain situation will end. And also we are thinking about ending something. Maybe something in our lives makes us suffer. This is like a psychological transformation that is going on. We are thinking about making some changes. It's already in our head. It's a slow procedure. It's a slow procedure. We are thinking about making some changes. Maybe that's why is the change of house here. Maybe you want to move, you want to be on your own, and you want to make some changes in your life. Maybe this is for you, is a way to find some middle ground for yourself. This is possible here also, but you feel that some problems in your life are near its end. So you're thinking about that. Maybe sometimes you're doubting if this situation, if it's difficult, if it's really gonna end, but it will. Because I think this situation, it's quite hard on you. It's in a way, it makes you suffer. You have some suffering from it. In a way, it might even let you feel a little bit insecure here. Maybe you're a little bit desperate and you think it's never gonna end, but it will. It will end here. But it comes with some certain challenges, because the mountain is a challenge, and this is an energy card. There are some challenges connected to it. Maybe there was some misunderstanding before connected to us, and we want to let go of this misunderstanding, and that's why we want to be more alone. I don't say this is not going to be solved, because I see some happiness here around the house, but maybe for some reason there was a conflict here, and we want to move on from this conflict, and you might have the feeling that it's better if you're more on your own here. Then we have the coffin and the whip here. Maybe if you are stuck in a certain situation in your life and you cannot move on, this is not related to the house, but to another part of your life, and you're stuck in a certain situation in your life, and because you cannot move on, it might make you angry, but maybe you don't express this anger, but it's like it makes you inside, it makes you a little bit angry, but you might be keeping quiet, but inside you're angry because you cannot move on with this situation. This can also mean if you had an argument that we saw that earlier, then that you let it go. If there was a conflict, it's possible also that the conflict was more severe. That is possible here also. If the conflict was more severe, you will let it go. You will go over it, but it caused you some hurt. It caused you some hurt here. Maybe you suppress and it makes you angry, but you want to move on from it. But It will bring the necessary challenges. Maybe it's not so easy. You don't get over it so easy because the coffin is slow. It's slow. It's like you need to digest it. You need to digest it. And the mountain is here also. And the mountain is slow also. If we need to go up the mountain, it takes efforts. You get the point. And this is the energy card. So it's like the whole process. If somebody hurt you, it's like it's going all a little bit slow. If a certain end came into your life in certain situation, you end with a certain situation or you ended with a certain situation, it's like a possibility here that you feel guilty about it, about this situation. Maybe sometimes you don't know really well how to express it. It makes you shake up a little bit inside and you don't know how to react with it. It makes you think a lot, and you don't know well how to handle it, but in a way it makes you a little bit angry inside. Then we have here the tree, the stars, and the clouds. Possibly also sometimes maybe if you have some issues, it's possible sometimes you cannot sleep very well. This is possible here also. In a way, it's possible that you have, if you would have difficulty sleeping, maybe you feel some kind of, you can find some relief if you're into that in yoga, breathing exercises, things like that, spiritual connections. It's possible that this helps you for improving your sleep. Not everybody is into that, I'm aware of that, but I'm just mentioning here, this is possible here, like more like a holistic lifestyle. This would be possible here, and it might be a possibility here. Excuse me. Then we have there. It's possible also somebody out of our roots, out of our family members, is quite spiritual. Maybe he has some gifts for seeing things to come, maybe like this, like a cartomancer, or he has a strong feeling how things will work out if he's not in that area. It's possible that some of your family members or somebody in your family is like that. It would be somebody that is fairly close to you, but I don't know if you ever spoke about that or it's ever spoken out here. In a way, also this combination, it's possible professionally, like, because this then is done professionally, like, it's possible that you are good in inventing things, because this is the card of thinking. Maybe you're a creative person and you are looking for solutions for inventing problems. You make something for solving problems. It's possible that you're actually an inventor, that you invent things for making life more easy. Maybe that's why you like to live alone. It's possible because if we invent or we are creative, sometimes it requires to be alone. In another way, if your profession is not like that, what is also possible here that you have an interest in alternative medicine. I already touched the point of holistic before and meditation. It's possible also that you have something to do with that, that you are in alternative medication for healing. Also, this points to a lot of life energy. You have a lot of life energy. It's possible also that your mind is very active in the evening and in the night. Maybe if you think in the night, you are very inventive, or you come to solutions in your mind, because this is the thinking. So it's possible that solutions come to you if you have a profession to that, or if you have a profession where you need to think a lot, it's possible that the solutions comes to you at night. So this is possible here also. We already saw here that you want your own place, and this connection also points to that you want to find yourself. Maybe you're in a certain, because the house is here and we want to find the middle. I already pointed that out, but here it's possible that we try to find ourselves. We try to find our real home that is inside of us. So it might require for finding ourselves some quietness. So this is possible also. Here, this also points to night professions. It's possible that you actually have a profession that is related to the night or to the evening. In another way, this could mean somebody who is an aviator, somebody who actually flies in the sky. This could be possible also. If you're in meditation on advanced levels, this is the other realm again, it's possible that you already reached a certain level and that some chakras are about to open. This is possible also with this combination. You come to in a higher form of meditation. I mentioned this already. If this would apply on you, it will not apply on anybody, but for some of us, in another way, this could point to a very pragmatic person. If that you have the other side, this would be a person that is very rooted, very pragmatic, very inventive, really putting his feet on the ground. So there are two possible ways here in this combination. There on all the cards there are always two sides. It's possible also, I want to mention this also, it's another point of view, that you're thinking about maybe you're sexually, you want to become more active, you want to be more active in that field. It's possible. I don't see directly a relationship here, but it's possible that there is some buddying up here, that you have somebody with you time to time who comes to you and you have some kind of agreement, arrangement, that you are friends already for a long time, somebody you are used to. Maybe there's an LAT relationship that is possible here also. It's possible that this is a person that you are already acquainted for a very long time. This can point to an old lover, but there is still contact here. This is what it is possible also. If you are in an alternative profession and you're a man, it means that the women around you would protect you. They can teach you, they can make you more grounded. It's like they want to protect you. This is what you have here also with this combination. In a way, this is a very good combination, this one, because this is a combination that can really make people grounded, because it's like, this is the heaven and this is the earth. It's like the two are coming together. So that's why I said earlier, I mentioned the invention. It's you can literally bring the ideas to the ground. So this is like a union of heaven and earth, and you're thinking about that. It's a more philosophical approach, but actually it's the same. And then we have these cards here. We think a lot here. Very imaginative mind. That is what is here also. Then we have the second vertical line here, the rider and the house. This means in a simple way that there's a message coming to us, to our house, to our person. It's possible that it's a message from the family. The message is positive. It can strengthen the family union again. It can strengthen your house itself, or it can strengthen your person. Again, we come to the house that you are searching. So it's again, you receive here the message that something of a house is coming here. literally to you. Information from a house is literally coming to you. If you're not looking for it, it's still coming to you here. It's possible also, even if you're not looking, it's offered to you, because sometimes the rider, he can be a little bit intrusive. Like, even if you're not looking, somebody is talking to you, and in that conversation, it's like embedded in the conversation, and that person says, oh, I know a house there, it's a quiet house, it's empty. Were you not planning for living on your own? So it's something like that is possible here also, that the information actually comes to you without you're actually looking or asking for it. There are some changes, or of course, if you move, there are some changes, familiar changes, if that is your plan. Some changes of comfort. Maybe you are willing to sacrifice some things. Maybe you're willing to, for a temporary time, you are willing to sacrifice some comforts you have now, but after it will balance itself out. But maybe for now, you are willing to do so. And again, here, this is the person that we know, the friend that we know that is coming back to us. Maybe this is connected with this friend. I'm thinking also, even if you are making this change, and Taurus can be a very stable type. Sometimes Taurus don't like to move too much. But it's possible here, because you like this house there, that you're very easy to adjust to your new situation. It might even surprise you yourself that you are so easy to adjust to this situation. That is possible here also. And then we have the house and the coffin. Also, I told you here before, if there was some familial issues, you will be thinking about those changes. You might be moving. We already saw that also. This also points to art. I mentioned that earlier. If you are the creative type, there's a lot here in the mind for creativity. You can actually create things. If you had a hard time when you are younger, out of this difficult period, it could influence your artistry, but I mean this in a positive way. It's possible here that you create something, and you suffered about something in your earlier years, and now you use this in an artistic, in a creative way. This is possible with this combination also. It's possible also that some memories of your past, if you're alone, that you think about things that happens in the past, and these memories out of the past, they are touching your heart. That is possible here also. It's also possible that the house where you are going is an antique house. It's an old house. It doesn't mean that it's not well equipped, but I think it's possible also that this house might be old, because the coffin sometimes may represent here antique. So it's possible that this house is older. That is possible here also. We already mentioned this. You will build up your privacy there in the mountain. We already saw that. Our business also, if we are having a business, because the house can mean business also, it's possible that our business is related to creativity in some cases, but it will be an exception, but I want to mention it anyway. It's possible that we have a business that is out of the ordinary. This could be a business related. It might be a little bit odd that I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. It might be a business that is related to sex, even sex toys. It's possible here. That is possible here also with this combination. If not, it's related to the artistic field. It's a higher artistry. It's possible here also, but I wanted to mention this also. You will, if you do a business also, I mentioned this before, you will take low risks. I mentioned this before. Even if you have some kind of business, you want to keep your risks as low as possible. Taurus don't like a lot of risks, so it's possible here also that you do that. Taurus is connected to feeling, so it's possible here that your business is connected to feeling things. It's possible, this one here. You're very concerned also about the privacy here. It's possible also some event in your past had a very big influence on you. And I already mentioned it has an influence on your artistic gifts. But also I see there's some protection here from the family, somebody who's protective or overprotective. The mountain also will give us more freedom if we go there. We will be able to breathe better, because sometimes maybe we feel too locked up in the situation where we are. It's like we need more space. Maybe this space is related that we want to become more ourselves, and we want to become more creative. It's possible. It's like a combination here that is going on of all. It's also possible that some family traditions that are already for many generations in the family or several generations, you will give these up. You will give these up. Maybe you're not happy. I don't say you're unhappy with the family, but some of the family traditions you are not agreeing with. And it's like you want to take your distance from them. Some family traditions you want to break with. You want to break with because you feel yourself that they have not a positive effect on you. That is what I'm thinking here also. It's also possible if you're planning to move out and these plans are not yet announced in the family, that they are a little bit surprised about this transformation and they are overprotective against you. It's like they want to keep you in the house, but you will go your own way. Then we have the last vertical line here. We have the garden, the mountain, and the whip. It's possible that we have a lot of connections in abroad, a lot of connections on the internet. Sometimes we spend a lot of time on the internet. If you have an internet business, that is possible also. You need to spend a lot of time on the internet. If that is your business, maybe you, after you are creative, you're exposing your art on the internet. Maybe the goods that you're selling are related to the internet, or you can reach a broader audience there, because this is the audience and this is the internet. Sometimes also I want to mention this, if you live in planning to live in a mobile in a more remote area, just see that your internet connection is correct, because this here, the mountain, can sometimes give difficulties in the internet. So just check this out, if your internet connection there is okay, so your business don't suffer it. Just make sure that you have a good interconnection there. Just make sure, especially if you have an internet business. You work with people. There is a lot of networking here, connecting to other people. Also, you are invited in social gatherings. You meet in groups. Maybe you meet in groups with people who have the same ideas. Yeah, you have meet people with the same ideas, with the same objectives. It's possible that this is related. If you're a sportive type, it's possible that you are connected. It's like a lot of energy is going on here in this area. Maybe you're connected to a community like working out, heavy sports, boxing, things like that. Things there's a lot of energy transference in a group, or like rugby, like it's more on the violent, like there's a lot of action going on here in this combination. Because this combination is like literally you interact here in boxing or something like that. You really interact like something, or sports, combat sports, something like that. Maybe it's also a way, because we told her maybe here before we saw because of the situation, maybe you're a little bit anger. Maybe it's good here also for getting your anger out if you're in that kind of sports. So it might be a good thing for getting your anger out. Then we come in the cross. We have the tree, the house, and the whip. This is literally a house in a mountain, a house that maybe there are also trees, because you see the trees here. So the house can be remote, but it can also be in nature. I mentioned this already before. You will feel stable there. It will be a relaxing environment. It feels to you like a place where you, for now, where you could grow old. You really feel at home there in the countryside. If not so, you feel strongly connected to it in a way. You live close to nature. You look for more stability. Also, what is possible here, if you have a potential partner or somebody who's close to you, there's an age difference. It's possible there's an age difference here. If the person is not older in age, this person is more matured. Maybe the age difference is slight, but it's like one of the two has a lot of experience, has endured a lot of things. This is possible here also. So it's like the person is more mentally mature than the other one. It doesn't need to be something that is negative in the relationship, but that person has more experience in life. He has endured more. Let's say it like that. Also here, the house and the tree, it points there is more stability coming for you, but you need to do some efforts. More stability is coming for you. Here, this is what it means also. You will take care of yourself, the people around you, even if the building is yours. If you will take care of the building, you feel safe there. It's possible also on the long run that there is an expansion there on the house, or somebody is coming to you. I think also for people you invite there, you will imply some rules and regulations. You will be quite strict to allow who comes there. You will be quite strict. You will be quite strict. Maybe it's necessary for the profession. It's possible. And then we have the house and the whip on itself. You put a lot of energy in the house. We have the workout here again, the energy that is transferred. Sometimes also like you could have the feeling that you live in two places. Maybe this is the start out, like because this means living in more than one place. Maybe by the time when you are transferring, it's like that. It's like you're living in two places while you're preparing. If this is in a remote area, this is possible also. It's also possible that some people, when you move out, when they accept it, they feel guilty. If something happened there, it's possible they feel guilty about it. Maybe they feel they have done something wrong to you, and it's possible that they feel guilty about it. Maybe there were some insults involved. Maybe there was some ridiculation here involved. It's possible. Then we have the garden, the house, and the clouds. And this is something else. It actually points to like a hotel here. Maybe I saw already 2 times. Maybe I saw several houses. Maybe for going there, sometimes you cannot go where you live now and you need to stay like in a hotel. This is possible also. Or you meet people in a public place. And I see the networking here again, the networking coming to your house, a lot of connections to your house with the internet. And then we come in the house and the clouds. Yeah, the house and the clouds here. I think that's the last one here. The house and the clouds. Yeah, this is like you're thinking about the house a lot. There's not much to add here anymore. So, Taurus, for the fire group, this is all. Things will be changing in the future. There's a lot of, there's changes here, the changes could come through internet. You will need to invest some energy for your changes, but the changes are possible. It's possible that everything goes a little bit on the slow side, but I'm thinking here you will speed the situation up. You will put energy in it. So, Taurus, for the fire group, this is all for the month of August. I hope you enjoyed my card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and see you maybe next time. Bye bye for now.